Welcome to this lesson on why organizations need to innovate, the starting point for our program in leading and managing innovation and change. Change brings both danger and opportunity. Changes must be sensed, interpreted and then acted upon. Charles Darwin said, "The species that survived were not the most intelligent, they were the most adaptable to change." The pace of change continues to increase. What was satisfactory yesterday is either no longer wanted, or superseded by something better today. Globalization, competition from developing countries, the easy access to knowledge and the speed of communication. The advance of social media, the advance of technology and new production techniques, and rapidly changing consumer tastes, are driving this demand for change. All products and services grow and mature in a manner generally described by an S-shaped life cycle curve. Their position on this curve dictates a characteristic response. For example, investment and process improvement in the growth phase, cost reduction, economy of scale and minor variations in the mature phase, and an exit strategy, and replacement in the decline phase. We suggest you now take the time to assess your own products and services. Consider where they are in the product life cycle, and the status of their margins and cash flows. Complete this activity in your manual. So, how did your analysis go? Do you have reasons to worry? A business that is not growing through new product and service introduction is likely to be in decline as its existing product portfolio matures. The role of business is to create wealth, or added value. This added value is used to reward the stakeholders, the employees, providers of capital and government, through corporation tax, and then to sustain and develop the business through investment for growth. That is through R&D, capital expenditure and amortization of acquisition goodwill. Failure to create added value will jeopardize growth. Value added is a simple and good measure of how well a business is doing. It is defined as sales minus the cost of bought-in materials, components and services. VA is easily calculated from annual report figures as VA equals operating profit plus employee costs plus depreciation plus amortization. Companies who consistently have a value-adding efficiency below 100% are generally heading for difficulties. Good strategic choices, operational excellence and wise and balanced investment are the precursors to VA growth, high productivity and good value-adding efficiency. The opposite of value-adding is decline, resulting in competition intrusion, loss of market share, product obsolescence, declining margins, and eventual business closeout. Innovative companies would normally expect at least 20% of their sales from new products. Growing companies would also expect to see at least 30% of their sales to come from new customers. Equally, growing companies would expect a reasonable percentage of their sales to come from new territories. Not all businesses will see it as necessary to commit to an R&D budget. However, experience shows that companies that do assign 10% of more their annual budget spend to R&D tend to outperform their peers. In addition, an overall average of at least 25% of leadership time should be assigned to developing the business. We suggest you go to www.fastcompany.com to get an up-to-date list of the world's leading innovative organizations. They are likely to include Apple, Google, Facebook, HBO, Amazon, etc. There are a number of factors that prevent innovation from occurring. Being able to recognize and work through these factors will help you to create an innovative culture in your organization and help you to make your business successful. The most common barriers to innovation in organizations include lack of leadership, lack of time and resources, short-term focus, lack of a systematic innovation process, and the lack of ability to monetize ideas. Let's look at each of these in turn. The most common barrier to innovation in organizations is a leader or manager that is not open to new ideas. This negatively impacts the team by discouraging creative thoughts. Employees won't be motivated to come up with new ideas if nobody is going to bother listening to them. There are also managers who listen to ideas but are reluctant to take them any further, resulting in lost opportunities. Just because something hasn't been done before doesn't necessarily make it a bad idea. Time and resources are also significant barriers to innovation. Employees are often so busy with just doing their regular work that there is insufficient time and incentive to generate new ideas. When ideas are generated, They are not taken any further, due to the potential risks associated with developing the idea. Innovation is also often seen to be too expensive for many businesses to get involved in. When they do, management may have a very short-term focus, and often expects a very rapid payback. This approach tends to build caution and to stifle creativity. Often, organizations lack direction in terms of innovation. Whilst people require freedom to be creative, some boundaries or guidelines can help focus their efforts and motivate them to achieve outcomes. Without structures and innovation management processes in place, the wrong ideas are prioritized and time and resources can be wasted. Organizations with the inability to implement and commercialize, or monetize new ideas, are the biggest barrier to innovation. After spending the time, resources and effort to develop an idea, they fail at the final step, and the product is never successful in the market. It takes careful management and planning, as well as commitment from an organization, to generate profitable returns from good, innovative ideas. Now, take the time to consider your own business. Do any of these barriers apply to you? Write your answers in your manual. So, are these barriers impacting your organization? Do you have a strategy for competing in the future? Gary Hamel, noted Harvard professor, believes that the only thing that matters about a strategy is how different it is from other strategies. However, a strategy has no value unless it is combined with the commitment of those involved to deliver it. What is needed today is a new model for business success. The old model for business success of mastery of capital, labor and production is no longer relevant. The new emerging model for today's rapidly changing world involves understanding market and customer needs in detail, through close interactions with customers. Access to knowledge, skills and ideas through networking and innovation, which involves turning ideas and creativity into successful new business. The identifiable benefits of encouraging innovation include increased competitive advantage, resulting in increased sales; improved operating efficiency or effectiveness, resulting in reduced cost; increased revenues; reduced time to market for new products and services; implementation of improvements to existing products, services or processes; and increased customer and stakeholder satisfaction. There are a number of activities to complete for this unit. Take the time to complete these in your manual. In this way, you will better learn from and retain the knowledge covered in this unit. Thank you for watching this lesson. We hope you have found it useful. Visit our website to view our range of courses on innovation and change management.